So I spotted this truck in a repo lot, and it got me to thinking, what would it take to get the thing up and running again? Check it out. This is the OBS truck. This is the holy grail of C-Series pickups right now. It's a 94 knot because the grill is rounded, and it's two-wheel drive, and it's the ever-coveted short bed. This thing, these trucks are so freaking hot right now. There's all kinds of aftermarket support for it. Some of the parts are even still available from GM. There's tons and tons of options for this truck. So what I wanted to do is kind of walk around it, take you with me, let's do an inspection. I'm gonna give you my opinion on what'll it take to get it up and running again from a DIY perspective where you're doing the work, and also from a perspective if you're not handy with your hands and you gotta farm it out and hire the work done. So let's check it out, let's go around. All right, first thing we see, yeah, we got some crusty paint. It's gonna need a paint job. If you wanna go down that rabbit hole, yeah, Paintucation, we can show you how to do it yourself. If you need to outsource it, that's a whole other cost, but let's keep looking. We've got some body damage here. Mirrors are okay, that'll clean up. Hope I don't get shot. Okay, we can't get in it. Let's look in the bed. It smells. All right, but look. You can see the bed floor. I don't know that it's rusty because it's kind of holding water. The bed at the front is misaligned. That's an easy fix. It's not hammered too bad. The wheel houses, they're okay, they're dented. Somebody's used this as a truck. Here's a clue. That's an original door card. Look at the tailgate, original taillights. They're in okay shape, they're not cracked or broken. We've got a roll pan. It's a metal roll pan. Let's see, I brought a magnet. This is a good thing to have in an inspection kit. Some people have credit card magnets. I carry one of these. So we now know that it's a steel roll pan, and this will also tell you if there's rust. We're gonna check for that too. So our tailgate, handle bezel is missing. The tailgate's not foobar, it's okay. A little bit of filler work across the top. A tailgate is hard to fix, and they're a couple $100 if you have to buy one. I think we're in okay shape here. Keep looking, this light is good. All right, let's talk about wheels. These are the OE wheels, but they're sad. They need either restored or whatever. We can update a set of wheels and tires. If you want to do it in stages, these ones will be fine, but I do believe it's going to need tires, even though these are holding air. It's got, okay, I can tell it's not an OE exhaust system. If you look in here, that is not a mandrel band on that pipe. So somebody's, actually it looks pretty new. Somebody has sprung for an exhaust system on this truck not that long ago. So that tells me it has been running not that long ago. It's in a repo lot. Somebody probably got this truck snatched from their driveway. So got the trim pieces here, so that means it's probably a Silverado. Although Silverado typically has a badge right here on the cab corner. I wish I could look inside it, but let's take a look. All right, so now we can see, oh, it's hideous. There's a terrible treatment on the dash. The dash is cracked. All right, so that's not good. If you look at the door card on the other side, it's some sort of an aftermarket wood package. It's kind of awful. But the seat is actually in pretty okay condition. Look a little farther south. Look at the carpet. There is no carpet. So it's gonna need a carpet kit. All right, so we need some budget for interior work. We've got to do something with those door panels. Look at the top. It's that ugly wood. It's just terrible, and the finish is flaking off of it. So again, there's tons of companies that make aftermarket door panels and door cards for this truck. So again, you've got options. This is something, I'm a paint and body guy. I look for crustiness. The original paint on the top is nearly perfect. I see a little bit of a dent right there. A glue pull would get that out. This is really, really nice. Look at this panel alignment here. These things are famous for being caved in here because people close the doors like that. This is not like that. The style line matches up here. This truck is kind of, it's not abused, but I just saw something here. So we've got we've got some dents. It doesn't need a bedside, it just needs some body work. I can walk you through that if you want. Trim pieces, ow, that hurt. Trim pieces are gone. The mirror is actually okay. Look close at this panel gap right here. Something's goofy with the alignment on this hood. I don't know what that's about, but see how it gets really narrow here? Somebody's been messing around with this. I don't know, maybe it's just an adjustment in the hood hinge, but probably I'm looking for signs of collision damage on this thing. Here's something I never noticed when I first walked up on it, because I'm looking at this with goo-goo eyes, because I love these trucks. I can fit, well, yeah, right there. See how much space there is? The grill sitting in its natural seat, we've got 2 fingers here. Look on this side now. There's no space here. So, oh yeah, here's why. So somebody's run this up on a tree stump or ditched it or cleaned out a ditch or something like that. So I'm gonna say that somebody went for Mr. Toad's wild ride and kind of messed it up a little bit. We might need some bumper brackets, and we're gonna need a front bumper. Whether you're doing your own body work or you're gonna farm it out, you need to know about how much damage is on it. So in my experience, every dent that's about the size of my fist is about a 2 to 3 hour repair. So let's look. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and this kicked out at the top. So we've got 10 hours repair into this fender. I'm buying a fender. So we need a panel. It's pretty good here. I don't see any dents here. There's a dent here. Look here. No rust. Good stuff. So, another 2 hours here. The top of this, the top of this bedside is all full of pop knots. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 maybe. I'm gonna say if I get cracking and eat my Wheaties and have a couple wobble pops, I'm probably 10 to 12 hours into the body work just on this bedside. So let's just say 10 hours just because. Tailgate, I'm gonna be optimistic and say 1, 2, probably 6 hours repair on the tailgate. Roll pan, I don't even know, man. No, it's not gonna need much. It's goofy right here though, I don't like it. We gotta adjust it and make it fit a little bit better. It's down here, it's down here. Anyway, but we got more damage here on the bedside, on this side, so we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a big caved in part here. So I'm gonna say that again, we've probably got 6 to 10 hours repair work on this bedside. Does it need a new bedside? For my money, no. But I got the skills to fix it, and I've done a bunch of them. So let's move on to the door. I don't see anything crazy. There's a half-hour dent on the cab corner, and this fender is in pretty good shape, except for this right here. And we can pull that out, but it's not all goofed up in the door like the other side is. So we can fix this fender, we don't need to replace it. The hood is flat except for right here. Kicked in there. Oh, it's damaged on the other side too. So when you're looking for body damage, here's what I want you to do. Find a reflection. See right here, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it. See where that's depressed right there? We call that a bird bath in the body shop. It's got a bird bath there. There's a bird bath on the other side. You always want to make sure that your panel is not stressed out. I'm guessing maybe this hood has been hyperextended and it's pulled it down at the hinges, which would explain why it's low here. So we might need a hood too. So if you're a DIY person and you want to do the stuff yourself and not count your labor, here's my best guess as to what it'll take. I did some market research on these trucks, and on Google, you could pick them up from anywhere from $1,500 up to about $8,000 for a decent truck. We're gonna guess this truck is around $1,800, something like that. So in both scenarios, we're gonna assume that this truck in this shape can be had for about $1,800. That's what we found in our area based on a quick search. So for a DIY project, let's break it down. Costs: the truck, $1,800. Bodywork materials, filler, primer, masking, and sanding supplies, about 300 bucks. Body labor, about 30 hours, what we estimated. Paint and materials, depending on the system and the brand, we're going to guesstimate about $1,800. Paint labor, another 30 hours. Interior, which is glass for $250, carpet for $200, door panels for $300 that I found on eBay, dash cover for 50 bucks just to cover the cracks, about 800 bucks. Interior labor cost you about another 5 hours or so. Other parts, the bumper $250, bumper arms 40 bucks, hood 200 bucks, fender 130 bucks, and $50 for miscellaneous, that's another $500. Mechanical parts, batteries, wires, fluids, fuel pump, things like that. We're going to guess at about $650. Getting it running? Who knows? We're going to think it's about 15 hours total. Wheels and tires, I found a great looking aftermarket set for about $1,600. So your labor is about 90 hours total. 30 for the body, 30 for paint, 15 mechanical, 5 interior, 10 bonus hours. So the total for the DIY project rounded up to $8,000 and about 90 labor hours. Now, if you're just going to pick this truck up and then send it off to somebody else and wait, here's what you're looking at. So pricing this truck for 1,800 bucks, here's what I think it would take to outsource getting it back on the road again with a decent paint job. So the truck is 1,800 bucks. Bodywork and materials at $100 an hour, just to make it simple, is about $3,500 all in. A paint job, just the same color, just the exterior, roughly around $6,000 is what we found when we asked around. Wheels and tires, again, same set, decent looking aftermarket wheels and tires for 1,600 bucks. Interior and glass, carpet 200, dash 50 bucks, door panels 300, glass 250, plus a markup for whoever's going to have to buy this stuff and bird dog it, and about another 5 hours labor at 500 bucks is all in interior and glass for 1,500 bucks. Body parts, fender 130, hood 200, bumper 250, arms 40, and a little bit of markup gets you 800 bucks in extra parts. Getting it running, again, who knows? Probably about $1,000 for someone else to get it running. Miscellaneous, let's throw in another 500 bucks for stuff that gets missed. So all in, I think it's going to take about $17,000 to buy it, get it running, fix it up, and get it looking great again. So there you go. Now you've got two options. You've got a DIY option if you're handy and you can do this work yourself, or if you've got to farm out the labor and have someone else do it for you, here's an option for that as well. Here's one thing to always remember. If you think you know what it's going to cost, add 10%. Even if you're doing it yourself. If you're farming it out to somebody else, add 10% to the estimated price. There's always going to be something that sneaks up that you missed, that you didn't factor in, and it's always going to cost just a little bit more than what you thought. So there you go. You've got a DIY option and an outsourced option to get this truck up and running and make it into a cool street truck that you can daily drive or even take it to a Cars and Coffee. So that's what I think about what it'll take.